Qatar Telco Uridu is reportedly selling its Myanmar unit, and the Saudi-based Bahri Sukuk is oversubscribed 1.95 times. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. Qatari Telco Uridu is in talks to sell its Myanmar unit in what would mark the exit of the country's last foreign telecoms operator. Doha-based Uridu has informed Myanmar's regulator of its intention to sell a unit that was the country's third biggest operator, with nearly 15 million users in 2020. The main potential buyers include Myanmar conglomerate Young Investment Group, Singapore-headquartered Campana Group, and Myanmar-based telecoms company Skynet. Talks with the three suitors have not yet reached final stages. Logistics and transport firm Bahri has completed the issuance of Saudi Riyal-denominated 7-year senior unsecured sukuk worth $1.04 billion. The proceeds from the issuance will be used to refinance the company's existing $1.04 billion sukuk, which matures this month. The sukuk were issued at a floating profit rate of 120 basis points above the 6-month Saudi Arabian interbank offered rate. The offer was open to Saudi institutional and qualified investors and was oversubscribed by 1.95 times. The EU will set out emergency plans today to curb gas usage after President Putin warned the bloc that Russian supplies sent via the Nord Stream 1 pipeline are at risk of being reduced further. The pipeline was halted for 10 days of annual maintenance on July 11th. It's expected to resume operations on time tomorrow, but at less than its full capacity. Gazprom cut gas exports through the route to 40% capacity last month, citing pipeline servicing delays. Russia retained its position as China's leading oil supplier for the second straight month in June, as discounted shipments lured Chinese buyers and displaced more costly supplies from Saudi Arabia. Chinese data shows its imports of Russian oil stood at 7.29 million tons, up nearly 10% from the same period a year ago. Saudi Arabia exported 1.23 million barrels per day to China in June, a 30% decline from the year-ago period and down from 1.84 million barrels per day in May. British annual inflation surged to a fresh 40-year high in June on rising motor fuel and food prices, adding to the cost of living crisis. The consumer price index jumped to 9.4% in June from 9.1% in May. Britain has launched free trade talks with Israel aimed at boosting service and tech sector ties as it seeks new trade deals after leaving the EU. The current trade deal between the two countries is based on an old EU deal that has no specific provisions on services. Britain says their trading relationship is currently worth $6 billion annually. Britain says a deal could boost UK service exports and benefit over 6,000 businesses. Air India is moving towards a decision on a $50 billion jet order under new owners Tata Group to be split between Airbus and Boeing, but the deal won't be finalized at the relatively quiet Farnborough Air Show. Industry sources say both plane makers are making a final push, with the order set to include up to 70 wide-body jets. These include Airbus A350s and Boeing 787s and 777s and up to 300 narrow bodies. Armani posted a 20% increase in sales in H1 after swinging to an operating profit in 2021 as revenues returned above pre-pandemic levels in the second part of the year. The Italian luxury goods group says consolidated net revenue last year totaled $2.1 billion, up 26.3% from 2020. Sales at directly operated shops, which account for more than half the total, grew by 37% over 2020. Earnings before interest and tax reached $175.4 million versus an operating loss of $30.2 million in 2020. Let's take a look now at today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking. It tracks the daily ups and downs of the world's richest people, and the overnight boost to Amazon, Alphabet, and Tesla share prices is really reflected here, with our biggest winner today, Jeff Bezos, up $4.4 billion with net wealth of $143.9 billion. Our second biggest winner today is Larry Page, up $3.7 billion with net wealth of $98.2 billion. And our third place winner is Elon Musk, up $3.6 billion with net wealth of $234.4 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest Billionaires news. Global demand for electricity is slowing sharply this year due to sluggish economic growth and runaway energy prices, and the trend will likely continue next year. The International Energy Agency says global electricity demand grew by a strong 6% in 2021, propelled by rapid economic recovery as COVID-19 lockdowns eased, but it expects growth to slow to 2.4% in 2022. It says this reflects slower global economic growth, higher energy prices, and renewed public health restrictions, particularly in China. I'm Ramya Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.